The messages that we get as working moms is you feel like you have to do every little thing.
Paula Ferris stopping by to talk all things working mom.
One of the greatest gifts that I have given my children is the gift of admitting when you're wrong and saying, I'm sorry.
The associate beauty editor at Woman's Day.
What's amazing about all these products is that they either have multiple benefits or you can use them in different ways.
And each one is under $17. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Rachel Cruze Show podcast. So glad that you're here. This episode is near and dear to my heart. We are going to talk all things money saving tips for busy moms out there. So moms, we know that you are CEO of your household, and a lot of you make so many decisions, and some of you I would consider even the banker of the household because you are in charge of all the money stuff. So we are going to talk about some creative ways for you to save money in your everyday life. Paula Ferris stopping by to talk all things working mom. And for all you women listening, I've partnered with Women's Day to talk about some great beauty products that you can find at drugstores, which means they're inexpensive. So let's get right to it. Now, whether you're a stay-at-home or you work outside the home, we are all working moms. Yes. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, this is so interesting to me. If you were put on a salary based on everything you do you know you would make close to $162,000 a year? It's insane, all the work that we do. So there's so much that we have juggling and things going on. And let's just say that mom life can be a little cray-cray. And can we just talk about some of the things they don't tell you before you become a mom? Listen, being a mom is the best job I have. Seriously, I do. I'm so thankful that I get to be one, and I love it. I love the girls. I love having a baby. Like, it's great. I'm happy about it all. But just because I love it doesn't mean that things are not hard sometimes. Yes, and there are just things that people don't talk about. Let's just start out with pregnancy, shall we? We have a lot we could cover here, and we won't get into a lot of it. Except, let's just talk about your hair. I mean, my hair in pregnancy, I love. I do. My hair is amazing. I don't know if it's the prenatals, the hormones, who knows what's happening, but I love my hair. But then after you deliver the baby, it all starts falling out. No one really tells you that. You think something's wrong with you, and you start just like shedding is what it feels like. And then after you shed, a few months later, you start getting all this weird hair growth and places around your hairline that you normally didn't have hair. Like all these little wispy hairs start showing up. Like, it's crazy. And then by the time you get those tamed down, your baby starts eating solid foods. And then you start to learn how to cut food, and that you will be cutting food for your children for years and years to come. This is like one of the quirky parts about me being a mom is like, I freak out about choking. Like, choking's not my thing. I don't do food and all that. So like, I would puree my kids' food till they were 12 if I could. But I'm like always obsessed with cutting their food. And I just remember thinking the other day, I'm going to be cutting their food for a really, really long time. Yeah, it's true. But listen, it's great work that we get to do as moms, and I love it. But there is one thing that I have learned when it comes to being a mom is to work on yourself. Yes, it's so important to stop and take time for yourself. And I know for me, one place that I've had to work on a lot is contentment. And that's one of the reasons I wrote the Contentment Journal, is to spend time every single day walking towards contentment in my life. And the importance of journaling, you guys, is so huge. Writing things down. So not that you just remember things when you go back and read it, but also it's amazing subconsciously what comes out when you write things down. So if you've not checked out the Contentment Journal, make sure you do that. You can click the link in the show notes to get your copy or to start reading for free. All right, another area that I'm trying to improve is finding new ways to save money. This is so important, and you guys are so amazing. So I went into my Facebook community and asked you all the ways that you are saving money in your life right now, and we got some really great responses. Emily says, shopping at Aldi saves us a lot of money. We even buy our diapers and wipes there. Allison said, online grocery order for sure. I doubled up on paper coupons and e-coupons, and I downloaded the Ibotta rebate app. I like to see how much my total is before I place the order. It helps me stay within budget. Ellen says, Ebates. I order baby formula, cat food, and a handful of other essentials from Walmart through the Ebates app, which is a 5% cash back on all purchases and free shipping for the bulk orders. I love it. So many fun little ways to save money, you guys. Take advantage of that. find those ways because, again, it's money back in your pockets. All right, another thing that I need you to think about when it comes to your family is life insurance. That's right, I've said it before, but you are usually the CEO of your household, so getting term life insurance is a priority. You and your spouse need to be covered, even if you're one that stays at home. So, for those of you working, you need to get 10 to 12 times equal your annual income. And for those stay-at-home moms or dads, we recommend getting a $500,000 policy on you. Now, life can be really busy with work, taking kids to school, making dinner, household chores, like all the things. So the last thing you want to do is put something else on your to-do list. But I personally recommend using Xander Insurance. And I can tell you that they help make things super easy. They walk with you through every step of the process, shop all the top carriers to find the best rates, and to make sure you're getting exactly what you need for your family. So go to Xander.com today and make sure to get this taken care of and checked off your list. All right, coming up next is Paula Ferris, and she stopped by and we talked all things working mom. So check it out. Paula, thanks for being here.
Thank
This
you
is
for
so
having
fun.
me. We have been talking about this happening for at least the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a super long time.
No,
Or
you
4
and I
weeks.
met. You were in New York City. We connected. I feel like we're soul sisters.
It was
in many
like we're
capacities.
sisters from another mister or something. Like, I mean, it just, yeah,
Basically, we're sisters.
it's true. I know. Those people that you just sit down with and you're like, oh yeah, we can start talking everything.
everything.
That
But
was Paula.
I'm the older.
The wiser. We'll say
I don't know about that, but definitely older.
The elder.
Yes, I'm your elder.
Okay, so Paula, people that are not familiar with you.
Yep.
I knew exactly who you were because I love Good Morning America. It's my number. So I feel like most people, if they watch news in the morning while they get ready, and it's a little bit, not white noise for me, but I have it on while I'm getting ready, getting the kids going and stuff. But people, they have their preference on what they watch.
Totally.
But mine for years, it's been Good Morning America.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Friendly hosts, the anchors. I feel like I watched it back when like Sam Champion.
Oh,
Like
gosh.
I was back in that era, right?
Okay, so you are diehard. You are a devotee.
I did. That was like my first 10 probably years ago. And I remember I was like, man, they all just like each other. That's how it felt from the viewer in Nashville via New York City. So I'm sure there's who knows what all the behind the scenes stuff happens.
No,
But
we do like one another.
yes,
Genuinely.
but that is so you are
Yeah.
your GMA anchor.
I am. I anchored weekends for 4 years with my co-anchor, Dan Harris. And then I was doing The View for 3 years as well. And now, after last year I stepped away from weekends. And because I just wanted to work Monday through Friday, my schedule was so crazy.
So were you working 7 days a week at that point?
There would be some moments between, anchoring the weekends and doing The View and other projects. I would go stretches of 21 days straight. And it came to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And, I really felt like, okay, God, I feel like you wanted me to do this, but why is everybody getting my leftovers? So it kind of came to a point where, I went to management and they have been so, they've worked with me beautifully. They said, you can work Monday through Friday. So I do a little bit of everything. And I launched a faith podcast. ABC said that I could launch a faith podcast, which was really important to me.
Which I want to talk about in a second. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious, just as an ABC consumer,
Right.
between weekends, The View, and GMA, like what's your sweet spot? Like which one do you enjoy the most?
I loved GMA weekends because we truly were a family. And it's really hard to replicate that where you feel like your teammates have your back and they champion you and they advocate for you and that you can trust them. It's very rare. And so that was one of the difficulties walking away from the weekends. I was walking away from a family, my second family. And I knew that I would probably never replicate that sort of work environment again. But my real family is most important to me. So that was the reasoning behind that.
Which is husband and kids. So how long have you been
Thank
married?
you for clarifying. Yes, my real family.
That's the family she's talking
Husband
about.
and 3 kids. Yes, we are college sweethearts, but we've been married almost 19 years.
Yes. And then you guys have...
The rest is history. We have 3 children. We have a daughter and 2 sons. They're 11, 9, and 5. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me though now, because your schedule, is it pretty consistent?
No, but it is a little nuts. My kids are super understanding and I am very present with them.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about is so how do you do it? Like, because I hear that.
Yeah.
People think I'm busy and I
Right.
travel some, but I'm like, that's nothing compared to your job and having to be there early mornings and all of that. So
Right.
So if you're talking to a working mom and they ask so how do you do it?
Well, I think first you have to give yourself a lot of grace. You can't be everywhere. and you can't do it all. I say you can't lean in, you just hang on. Okay. You literally hang on and you enjoy the ride and you love your kids through it. And for me, I'm very honest with my kids when I'm really sorry. Like I don't want to go to this assignment. I'm going to miss you guys. But I try to be very present with my kids when I'm with them. And I put the phone away. And I try to carve out something special with each individual child. Like I'll take my daughter shopping because she's 11 and she's obsessed with shopping. So just something little. I'll take my 9-year-old to the driving range or something, or take him to a movie. So just try to have little moments each week. And we have the same bedtime routine every night and, leave them little cards throughout the day and call them. And for me, it's just letting them know that they're always going to be my priority. I'm not always physically there, but they're always in my heart and they're always my priority. And, they need to know too, at those big moments that you're going to be there. And I think so you just have to pick and choose. You can't be at everything. So just pick and choose and create a conversation with them. Say, okay, if I can only go to a couple of these, where would you like, which ones would you like me to go to? And don't project the guilt. Don't tell them how guilty you feel. My kids, I've talked to them on many occasions. I'm like, oh, I just wish I could quit and stay home. And they're like, no, we like that you work and you kind of have a cool job and you do, you do fun things. And I think they're proud of me in some respects. Just keep an open conversation, be honest with your kids and have fun and carve out special time.
That's a good point, though. Don't project your guilt on it, because I feel like sometimes as a working mom, think like, oh my gosh, they're struggling and all this. And there might be seasons where it's harder. But I remember specifically, I don't know why, God's like giving me this memory that's just stayed with me. Like I remember before the first book tour my dad went on, I was like in late middle school. And we had like a big family meeting because back then they went like 6 weeks at a time. Like it was just like, so it was like this huge chunk of time he was going to be away. And it was like this big reveal. And they were talking about all the logistics and all this. And I love my dad. Like we have a great relationship with my family. I'm so thankful. I love them. But I remember thinking like late middle school, I was like, okay. I'm fine. You're okay, Dad. You're like, do you know what I mean? Like I could almost see like the guilt on him, And so I always think about that memory where I'm like, hey, they're going to be okay. It's okay.
I think just in this climate, the messages that we get as working moms is, it's perfection and it's striving and you feel like you have to do everything and accomplish every little thing. And I'm like, it's just, sorry, it's not a really great message. At least for me, it doesn't apply for my life. I just think it's not about leaning. It's about just hanging on and enjoying the ride and giving yourself the same amount of grace that you give other people. You have to give yourself plenty of grace for the mistakes that you're going to make. I tell them one of the greatest gifts that I have given my children, someone encouraged me to do this, is the gift of admitting when you're wrong and saying, I'm sorry. My kids know I'm not perfect. And so when something like, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect, and just creating that conversation that
so good.
We're human. We're flawed. And it's okay to make mistakes. Mommy's going to make mistakes and you're going to make mistakes. And guess what? We're going to love each other despite those mistakes. We'll love each other more and you learn from the mistakes.
Yes.
But we can't do everything and we have to give ourselves just as much grace as we give other people. We're so incredibly hard on ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's so good. Okay, so Paula, I want to know, what's one thing that you're doing with your money that's creating a life that you love?
Okay, I've always had this dream to have a family compound. And even when I was making $7 an hour, I know it sounds crazy, but family is so important to me. I always wanted to buy like a beach house on Lake Michigan.
Yes.
But what we're doing right now, we're
when you mean compound, you mean like
a family compound where everyone can gather at the holidays. Everybody.
Everything.
And you can invite friends, family,
so, yes.
A house big enough to accommodate large crowds, just a gathering place, a place to connect, a place to, restore relationships. Yes. The holidays, the summers, a place to make memories. And so my husband and I know it's not an ROI. We call it our heart investment, but we're building a house in South Carolina on the water across the street from my sister.
You are?
Yes, we are. And I'm super excited. I know there are other things that we could be doing with our money. We tithe, we save, but this has been a dream and we're investing in our family and we're investing in relationships. And this is a place where we want to invite pastors and we want to invite friends. Next summer, I've invited a bunch of like 30 family members to come down and just make memories. So. I want the kids to look back on this, my kids, and have such great memories growing up, memories in this particular house. And then, I want to bequeath it to the kids because I want to ensure that when I'm gone, that they're getting the family together and they're making memories of their own, but it's about those familial relationships. But this gives us an opportunity to get together, be on top of one another, have a great time, go swimming, and make tons of memories.
I love that because especially when you're older, right? You end up with your own nuclear family a lot of times. So I love that you guys are creating that.
We just visited because we're in the process of building it, and we were there a week ago, and we just kind of prayed over it and pray that we can make great memories, but that it can also be a place of restoration for people, and they can just find peace there and whatever they're looking for, and just a place to reconnect with family or God or themselves.
Yes. So, and it's in the South.
Yeah, and everything's better in the South, right?
So true, Paula.
Everything's better in the South.
Okay, so you launched a new podcast, which is so great, Paula.
I'm excited. I have to have you on the podcast.
Good. I will. I'll come on.
Please do.
Yes, because it really is. It's fascinating. So talk about that. I want to hear.
Just this is an excuse for you to come to New York City.
I know.
You love New York City. I think
the
you and I
Holy Spirit, every time I come up under that tunnel into Manhattan, the Holy Spirit, it says, you're supposed to be here.
Really?
I'm like,
we could literally switch
but my
lives
husband
because
wants to be in Arkansas on a duck blind. But I want to be in New York City. Oh.
It's so funny when we moved, because my husband and I are Midwest kids. We literally went to New York kicking and screaming because we're not.
I know.
City
said that.
kids.
I was like, Paula, you get to live in New York. And she was like, do you want to switch? I was like,
we could switch, not spouses, but lives.
Yeah, lives. We'll take the families and do a switcheroo. No,
okay, we totally went off the rails there.
I love it.
You asked me about the podcast.
So I'll come to New York.
Yes, you can come to New York for the podcast. Exactly.
Yes.
We just launched it. We're on season 2, and it just came out of my own personal faith. And I'm a believer, but I know that we don't give people, at least from a mainstream platform, mainstream media, we don't give them an opportunity to talk about faith in the capacity of what they believe and why they believe it. We'll cut that soundbite out because it's too spiritual, it's too religious, and so but faith is so important. Whatever faith you may be, it's so important. It's the bedrock and foundation of so many of our lives. So I wanted to give people an opportunity to talk about what they believe and why, and how it gets them through the bumpy times and the highs and the lows. And I talk to people of many different faiths because I think in this moment it's really important to have respectful conversations with people, even those that we don't see eye to eye with. You think about the most profound conversations you've had in your life, and they are most likely with people that you don't see eye to eye, like you're challenging one another. So I'm speaking to people.
You can have the conversation, and it's fine.
And I'm learning too.
Yes,
and we have to be able to respect one another. Yeah. I just want to have a really respectful, engaging conversations with people.
I think it's so good. Well, it's powerful. And when it changes your life completely in the way you view, that's the lens you see everything through. So I think that's awesome that you're digging into people's lives in that way.
Thank you.
Having that conversation. It's so good.
So come to New York. Yes. Up here, it's called Journeys of Faith. Make sure you subscribe.
I'll be on, Paula.
Please support it.
I'll just be like, listen, I got to do 5 of these, 1 a day. So I need to be here for at least a week. So
thank you, my sister from another mister or another mother.
So true. Oh my gosh. Paula, thanks for coming on. Guys, check out her podcast. Make sure to go and subscribe to it. And thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
One of my favorite packages to ever show up at my door is my Tuft & Needle mattress. I've got a couple now, and seriously, I love this mattress. You guys know exactly how it is. When you're juggling all the demands of mom, wife, work, friends, etc., good sleep is a must, and I've never slept better. Tuft & Needle is the best rated mattress on Amazon with over 100,000 5-star reviews. Try it out. You can get a mattress starting as low as $3.99. Plus, it ships free, and you get to keep it for 100 nights risk-free. If I'm wrong, just send it back. Go to tn.com to get started. That's tn.com.
Wasn't Paula so fun? I loved our conversation. And for all you podcast listeners out there, I will tell you, this is the first podcast recording I am doing coming back from maternity leave. So when I recorded that segment with Paula, I was actually still pregnant with baby Charles. And man, this week, being back to work full-time again, it caught me off guard. I mean, we're talking about working moms, and from one working mom to another, I will tell you, this transition was my hardest. My 2 girls, when I went back to work with them, honestly, I was kind of fine. I was like, see you girls, I love you. I'll see you when I get home.
But when I left on Monday for the first day to get back to the office, I mean, I, of course, kissed the girls and I love them too. But then I looked at sweet baby Charles sitting in his little bouncer and I felt myself tear up, which I had never cried going back to work. But I felt it and I thought, okay, hold it together, Rachel, hold it together. Get out of here quick because who knows when like the rainfall is going to start out of my eyes. And so I got in my car, I pulled out of the driveway, and I just cried. I mean, I wept, like ugly cried, worried about my mascara, like all the things. And I called my husband, Winston, and I was like, Winston, I'm struggling. Like, I cannot believe I'm feeling this way. And he had great advice for me. He was like, Rachel, it's hard. It is. And he's like, and just be sad. Like, don't minimize the sadness because it is sad. And so I don't know if it's because my last baby. I don't know if it's because it's a little boy. I don't know. But this mom's heart was a little broken. I'm not going to lie. I love my job, and I'm so thankful for what I get to do day in and day out. I really do. I love it so much. But there's just a piece of a mom's heart that is always still at home. So for you working moms, some days are easier, some seasons are easier, some days are harder, some seasons are harder. But we're all in this together. So wherever you are, I just want to give you some encouragement that I can totally relate. Now, Paula and I in our segment talked about how much I love New York City, which I still do. That part has never changed in my heart. And so I actually was in New York and got to film a segment for the Rachel Cruze Show video version with Woman's Day. And we talked about some great makeup and skincare products that save you time and money on your morning routine. And so make sure to check out the video version of that. But we pulled the audio so you podcast listeners can hear it as well. And then I'm going to leave some links in the description so that you can find all the products that we talk about. And then make sure you wait till the end of this segment because I'm going to go and recap all the products that we talk about. So here it is. Hey guys, I'm here in New York at Women's Day's headquarters with the beautiful Pia Valesco, and she is going to walk us through some great beauty finds because she is actually the associate beauty editor here at Women's Day. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's so great. So Great Value Awards, you can find all these beauty products at a drugstore, which I love, which means they're super inexpensive, you guys. And actually each product is under...
It's $17 or less.
Yes, which is so fantastic. Okay, so walk us through some of these because this is so fun.
Well, what's amazing about all these products is that they either have multiple benefits or you can use them in different ways.
Okay.
So you're really getting a bang for your buck whenever you purchase one of these products.
All right, first one, I'm spotting the foundation.
Right.
I love foundation.
So this is great. So this is the Neutrogena Hydrating Foundation. And what's wonderful about it is that since it is in a stick, you can take it anywhere you want to. It's no fuss, no mess. It glides on perfectly for seamless application.
I love it because it's on the go.
It's on the go.
Right? Like the one I use, it's like liquid and I have stuff like all over my hands and it's like all the mess. But this is so portable and it's great.
It's portable, it's great. And what you can also do, it's a little trick, that if you want to go a shade a little bit darker, you can actually use it to slightly contour.
Oh,
and then just blend
nice.
it in very seamlessly.
Yes, so beautiful. Okay, so Neutrogena Hydrating Foundation Stick, you guys. Great value. I love it. All right, I'm spotting... What is this, a lotion?
So that is a moisturizer.
Moisturizer.
And what's really wonderful about this is that it's also an SPF, which is wonderful. And it's also moisturizing your skin. But what I really love the most about this is that it also has a treatment serum inside its formula.
Okay.
So what that means is that it's formulated with vitamin B3, which is basically a powerhouse ingredient for brightening dark spots.
Okay. Beautiful.
A wonderful anti-ager.
I love it. So nice. All right. Dove shower foam.
So what I love about this and what everybody really, really goes to this one for is that it's a 3-in-1. It's your go-to product.
Okay.
So it's your body wash.
Yes.
But it comes out as a foam, so it's really fun.
And I'm assuming it's probably lotion too, considering it's Dove.
Yes,
moisturizer.
It is. So it has an ingredient called glycerin, which is extremely moisturizing.
Okay.
So you can just wash your body. You don't have to put body lotion on when you're done, and you can just walk out. And you can use it as a shaving cream as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it really is your 3-in-1, everything you need in one bottle.
All right there. All right, mascara. We love our eyelashes, ladies.
Who doesn't?
Yes. So CoverGirl.
CoverGirl.
Yes.
So what's great about this product is that it's lengthening, it's defining, and it's volumizing, which is wonderful. But apart from all of that, it also doesn't flake and it doesn't smudge.
So good.
So you really get these beautiful lashes all day long. And
the fact that it doesn't flake is the best of the best.
You will love this one.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait
a fun
to use it.
trick, too, that is a little expert tip, is that you can use the wand and you can kind of wiggle it under your eyelashes to create a very subtle eyeliner look.
Oh, very nice.
So that's a fun trick.
That's why you're the beauty editor. Okay,
Vaseline lip therapy.
So what's great about this Vaseline product is that it's obviously very hydrating. So it's good at as a lip balm. It has a little bit of a rosy tint. So you get a little bit more of an oomph. It gives a little bit more of a natural rosiness.
Totally,
to your lips.
yeah.
And then you can dab that on your cheeks too. And because it is a little bit of a balm, it does reflect light a little bit. And so it gives you this really beautiful radiance that just makes you look younger, more awake, healthier.
Yes.
And it's just a really, really nice look for your day-to-day.
So I've learned that the dewy look is what's in, right? So it's like a little bit of that. And so that's probably what that does, is it just kind of gives that look above the cheekbones and it's in. So ladies, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, lipsticks.
And then the lipstick. So this is the other product. This is a line by Maybelline, made to flatter every skin tone.
Okay.
So you know how sometimes you'll buy a red and it'll suit you, but it won't suit your best friend?
Totally, yes.
This one will fit every single shade.
So nice.
Which is wonderful.
And it's just so smooth. Like I just tested it on my hand even.
Yeah, they're smooth, they're moisturizing, and they really just wear so beautifully on the skin.
So good.
And so what we like to do is that we'll grab this color and we can put it on your lips, but we can also put it on our cheeks.
Okay.
To kind of match and give this really beautiful look. And these shades that are a little bit more nude, you can even use on your eyelids.
Okay, so great.
That's a fun little trick for whenever you don't have space in your makeup bag or you're kind of on the go and you need a makeup look all over.
Yes.
All you really need is a lipstick.
Is there. And it's amazing. Lipstick is one of those things, especially if you get inexpensive ones. It can change up your look so fast. So you can buy like a bunch and have different options and it's there and doesn't break the bank. And yet it's still great quality, which is awesome. Okay, I'm seeing this back here. I'm fascinated.
Okay.
Talk to me all about this.
Yes, micellar waters are amazing.
Okay.
So what a lot of people don't know is that you have to use a makeup remover and a cleanser. Micellar waters are fantastic because they do it 2-in-1.
Okay.
You just get a little bit of a cotton pad, put it on over your face, and you're done. That's it. That's all you have to do.
All the products in one. Oh, I love it. See, this is so great. And we said it earlier, you guys, but it's true. I'm like, you get one of the products, but you get so many different uses out of it. And each one is under $17. So it's fantastic. Pia, changed our lives. Changing lives, making us beautiful. So thanks so much. Thanks for coming on and sharing all this great stuff.
No, thanks so much for visiting us.
Thanks.
That was so great. I always love hearing about new products because it can make your life easier. So again, the list of these products were Neutrogena's Hydrating Foundation Stick, Pond's Even Skin Tone Daily Moisturizer, Dove Shower Foam, CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara, Vaseline Lip Therapy, Maybelline's Made for All Lipstick, and Garnier's Skin Active Cleansing Water. So make sure to check those out. All right, this was such a fun episode. Thank you so much to Paula for coming on, and make sure to check out her podcast as well. And thanks to Pia from Women's Day with all of her tips. And for you guys, if you're listening to this and you've not subscribed to the Rachel Cruze Show podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if the spirit leads, you can leave a review. And everything that we talked about in this episode, again, will be in the description below. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening. And as always, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, we have more from the Ramsey Network, like The Chris Hogan Show.
I am so excited to be able to talk to you all week in and week out. We're going to talk about your money, your life, your dreams, and your goals. You know why? Because I'm your coach. Whether we're talking about building wealth, paying off your home early, investing, paying for college, and guess what? How to become an everyday millionaire. We're going to focus on taking your calls because you matter to me. Together, we can do this. This is The Chris Hogan Show.
To hear full episodes, just search Chris Hogan wherever you listen to podcasts or go to chrishogan360.com.